Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to change oil in a dirt bike. Now this method applies for pretty much any dirt bike out there. They're all very similar in ways to change the oil. So there's a 4-step process. First thing we're going to do is run the engine. Second step is to drain out the old oil. Next step is to fill it with the new oil, and then the last is to run it again and make sure everything is working properly. So we'll go ahead with the first step here, which is starting up the engine, letting it run for about 5 minutes. So when you run the engine, it heats up the oil and makes it drain a little bit easier. That's the reason for running it before you change the oil. Right, now that the engine has had a few minutes to run and heat up the oil, we're going to go ahead to the second step. Alright, now we're at the second step. There's a couple things that you're going to want to use here. First is a drain pan to let all your old oil drain into. We'll set that underneath to catch it. Second is the right wrench or socket that fits your drain plug. Now on most dirt bikes there's going to be a drain plug, normally a big bolt located right underneath the engine. Most of them are near the front of the engine. So what we're going to do, we're going to loosen this off. Just like that. We're going to take it out by hand. Now just be careful, the oil might be a bit hot from running the engine. And you want to make sure you have a good grip on this so it doesn't fall in the oil pan. Just going to slowly get that out, and there she goes. Let all the old oil drain out. We'll set this aside because we're going to need to put it back in after. As your oil is draining, I would recommend taking your drain plug here and just cleaning it off. Make sure that there's no metal or dirt or debris on it before you put it back in. A lot of the drain plugs have a magnet on the end which will actually collect metal or shavings or any metallic debris inside the crankcase so that it doesn't damage the engine. So just clean that off nice and good, get everything off of there, and then it's ready to go back in. Okay, now we're at the third step, which is refilling the oil back into the engine. You're going to need a funnel for this, clean one, and your motor oil. Now there's a large variety of oils you can use for your dirt bike. The most common is 10W30 motor oil, which is what I'm going to put into my bike. And what we do now is we locate the fill plug, which is on one side or the other of the bike, and it's just going to be a hand cap or a bolt. So you want to take that off. I'm going to clean that off too, because mine is a dipstick style plug. So when I fill up the oil, I want to make sure the oil level is in the middle of this dipstick when the plug is all the way in. On other dirt bikes there's a sight glass on the side of the engine, which is just a clear screen pretty much, or glass, piece of glass or plastic. And what you want to do is when your bike is level, as you're filling it up, you want to make sure the oil level goes to the middle of the sight glass, and then you know that you have enough oil in it. The other way is checking your owner's manual, and it may have a specification for how much oil to put in. So then you want to measure it out to that and fill it accordingly. So right now we're going to go ahead and fill in the oil and through the funnel and then measure it. Once you're done filling up your oil to the right level on the sight glass, or roughly to where you think it should be on the dipstick, what you're going to do is just want to check it, make sure the oil level is where it's supposed to be. And make sure you clean off the dipstick if you have one before you check it, otherwise you're going to get an inaccurate reading. And on mine, you can see it's a little near the bottom, so I could probably add a little bit more, and after that it should be good. But we're gonna move along to the fourth step now and just start it up, make sure everything runs good, and that'll be it. Running good. And that's how you change oil on a dirt bike. Thanks for watching.